Hello. I have something I want to talk about, and for some of you, it may seem a little TMI. Like maybe you'll be like, why is she telling me this? But anyway, I've been wanting to talk about it for a long time, but I want to talk about it today for a different reason than what I originally wanted to share. Only because it kind of came up for me again. Oh, and I'm eating my watermelon during this video, so please excuse me while I eat my watermelon. This is my breakfast. Okay. Back in 2016, and for several years prior to that, I had been having a lot of inflammation, congestion, and like throughout my body. I had fibromyalgia, I had, you know, all the things, right? All the like chronic fatigue syndrome and all that stuff. And I was having a lot of like in this area too, lots of like pain and just things weren't flowing. It didn't feel good. And I had a thermal scan done, like basically just from the torso up, right? A thermal scan, and the images that came back from that indicated, like I said, indicated inflammation in those areas I was talking about. It also indicated there, like this area was blue, down here in the gut, all this area, digestion and all that, that was also blue. So the blue suggesting that there's no movement, there's no like you don't want to see blue in those areas, because that means energy's not flowing, right? And things aren't moving along, and that's your digestive system. And then also this was like my thyroid area, and I was having thyroid symptoms, like sorry, I was having, my thyroid just wasn't very productive. It wasn't really, there was not much happening there. So I was having symptoms related to the thyroid, like underactive thyroid. And then also, I had been having a lot of digestive issues and things. Things were just not moving. They weren't moving. It's not like I was constipated. That's not what I'm talking about. I was having a lot of, yeah, I don't know. There's just so many issues and things, gut-related issues. And then, okay. But anyway, I want to talk about one of the things that I did after receiving the imaging, receiving my copy of the imaging. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. I had a phone call come in. The thing I wanted to say is when I got those images back, and also the doctor that was working with me and was giving me the diagnostics from the person who read the scan. There were several different things that they indicated for helping me with the diagnoses that the scan, after the scan was read. And anyway, there were certain protocols and things that they prescribed, okay, or that the doctor prescribed. And but along with me just looking at the scan myself and looking at especially this area here, the breast tissue area, everything up in here and in the breast, under the breast, like all this area here, okay? Me looking at that and seeing all of the inflammation, all of the restricted flow of energy, of lymph fluids and things, and which I could feel physically in my body. I could feel all of that because things weren't flowing and everything felt stuck and felt, it was painful, okay? Things were not moving. And I even, would try to do, I have a background in massage. I would even try to do, massage on myself to get things flowing, and it just wasn't enough. The one thing that I hadn't considered, which was something that I guess when I saw the images and saw how bad it was, I was just like, okay, well, I have to do more than what I'm doing. So just doing massage and trying to get things flowing was not enough. And so I thought to myself, well, what can I do to encourage and to support myself, to have more flow of like the lymph fluids in those tissues. And the thing that I considered, the answer that came to me was stop wearing a bra. Stop wearing my bra. Get the dang bra off and see what happens. And so, and I wasn't wearing like really, my bras were already, they didn't have underwire. They weren't like super tight and restrictive. But there was still enough restriction in the bra that it was inhibiting my body's natural flow of lymph fluids, okay? And so I decided, okay, let's just do this experiment. So I decided to take off my bra and just not wear it at all, ever, okay? And so I did not like the way it looked, because I've been programmed to view my breasts in a certain way where they look supported, lifted, and where there's no nipple showing. That's my programming, okay? I've been programmed by society to believe that that's how I should show up in my clothing, whatever I'm wearing, that I should not have my nipples showing, through my clothing. Obviously, I'm not gonna go topless. I mean, if I wanted to, shouldn't that be my prerogative? Why should anyone tell me whether or not I can do that? But anyway, that's not the point right this minute, but okay. So I didn't like the way it looked. I didn't want to take my bra off because I liked the way my clothing looked when I had a bra on. Okay? So I didn't want to do this, but I knew that I needed to try it because I wasn't getting enough relief from what I was already doing. And so I took the bra off, and like 2 weeks went by. I think it was about 2 weeks. And I was like, wow, I'm not feeling all of the stuff that I was feeling before. Like, it's significantly, that congestion and that pain and you know, all of that significantly changed for me. It was like, wow, that's all. I took the bra off, and I'm not wearing constricting clothing up there, and things are like starting to flow better than they were. And you know, even without doing the massage, like, things are just flowing much better. And so I have not worn a bra since. I have not worn one since 2016, after I had that thermal scan. And things have significantly improved. And I will tell you that I do still have some, every once in a while, things need a little bit of help to move, but that's like stuck energy, you know, and it's just trying to move through, and I sometimes have to help it out a little bit with some self-massage. But for the most part, it is not anywhere near to the degree it was when I was wearing a bra. And so I just completely stopped wearing constrictive clothing in this area. And also I just try not to wear really tight fitting anything. I mean, I wear leggings, but that's actually not restricting my flow, so I'm okay with that. But anyway, the reason I'm bringing this up is because I had another moment of, you know, and it's been years, right? But I had another moment of wanting to at least cover up the nipples showing through my clothing. And I felt, I don't know, because for a while what I was doing in order to do that initially, you know, like when I first started not wearing a bra, is I took the padding part inside of the bra, like in between the layers of fabric, the actual foam padding part that's inside a bra, and sometimes inside swimsuits and, you know, things like that. I took those out and I saved them. I have like 2 or 3 sets of those, and I had like an under. I wore underwear, like tops, that were very loose and flowing, but I always wore those. But then I would put like a tank top over that, because I wasn't wearing a bra anymore. So I put a tank top over that, but I'd put the padded part of the bra in between the layers of the tank top and the undershirt. I would put that in there, and for a long time that felt good to me, as far as my nipples were not poking through, right? So I felt pretty good about that. But more recently, like in the last, I don't know, 6 months maybe. Well, even before that, I just completely quit wearing the padded thing because I've been at home a lot and I wasn't going out or anything. I've been at home for over a year, you know. If you look at my other videos and things, you know, maybe you'll know I've had some health issues and which landed me at home. And so I haven't gone anywhere, so I just haven't been even doing the padded thing. But also in the, I don't know, months, probably 6 months ago or whatever, I quit wearing the undershirt that I was wearing. I quit wearing that, and now I'm just wearing the tank tops. And so I haven't put the padding, I haven't figured out how to get the, you know, to not see the nipples. And I know there's like products out there, you know, where you can stick them on, you know, nipple covers and all that stuff. But I was just not ready to go there yet, and I didn't want adhesives, and I didn't want chemicals, and you know, all these things. And so, and also I just didn't feel the need because I wasn't really going anywhere anyway. But when I was getting dressed today, I decided, let's just, I'll just put the little things inside here, just, you know, on my skin, in between my skin and this layer. I'll just put it in there and, you know, see what it looks like. And, you know, at first I was like, oh, okay, cool, at least I don't see the nipples. You know, they're not poking through. That's cool. And then probably about 20-30 minutes later, I'm walking to go get my watermelon so I can eat breakfast. And, you know, I'm just like, I'm very aware, like I can feel that padding, and it kind of shifts around a little bit, and it's just really kind of like, I just got to the point where I was like, why am I wearing these? Why am I wearing these? Like, they're not comfortable. Why do I care about my dang nipples poking through my clothing? Who cares? You know, and for so many years, I didn't really care. I just did it because I was doing it for someone else. I was doing it for other people because I was worried about what other people are gonna think about my nipples poking out. Okay, and it's like I was doing it. The whole reason I wasn't wearing a bra anymore was for medical reasons, you know, because I'm trying to have my body be healthy and to heal and to, you know, to do its natural things, but the dang bra was like screwing that up for me. And you know, it was definitely not supporting me, okay, not supporting my health. So, but I guess fashion does not support our health all the time either. To wear these stupid bras that inhibit the flow of the lymph fluids, which is your immune system, you know, which you need things to flow so that they can be flushed out of your system, you know, all the toxins and things that are in you. You need things to keep flowing. So anyway, so I just had one of those moments again today where I got a little bit into that self-conscious feeling of not wanting to see the nipples, and then like wow. I did not know I was going to get emotional about this. And I'm just realizing that this is... talking about this publicly like this and telling this story. I'm just now realizing that this is part of the healing process for me. And I've been feeling for years now that I needed to talk about this, but I just hadn't talked about it. And it came up today, and those old patterns of wanting to be seen a certain way and not wanting to make others uncomfortable at my own expense, you know, like not wanting to make others uncomfortable because my stupid nipples are poking out of my clothing. Oh, heaven forbid that you can see that I have nipples. Don't we all have them? I mean, come on. Unless you've had some surgery or something to not have them anymore, and for various reasons. Oh my gosh. Why are we so hung up on stuff like this? This is ridiculous. And it really shouldn't matter. I really shouldn't care if my nipples poke out of my clothing, you know? And if someone else is uncomfortable with the way that looks, why should I care about that? I'm freeing myself. I'm freeing my tissues. I'm allowing my body to work the way it's meant to work in its natural ability to relieve itself of toxins and things in the systems, in the immune system, in the lymph system, you know, getting rid of those things that naturally want to flow out of the body. That's what I'm doing. And like, if that means that I have to make someone else uncomfortable, and I don't even know if anybody really cares. It's just some stupid mental thing that we've all, not all of us, but like most of us have been indoctrinated or, you know, programmed into thinking that whether or not you can see a woman's nipples, like, you know, it's a big deal. Oh my gosh. Heaven forbid that somebody is just trying to take care of themselves in the best way, in the best possible way they can, but everything was stacked against them to begin with, because nobody ever decided to see if women's health, or even men's health for that matter, because I mean they have breast tissue too. And we all have lymph systems, whether you're male or female. You all have them. And any kind of restrictive, you know, any kind of restriction that doesn't allow things to flow is going to end up in inflammation, built up toxins and things, and then things gets like really stuck deep in the tissues, and then they're harder to get out. Okay? But yes, especially women, things are stacked against them because men don't wear bras. Women have these stupid bras that somebody invented because They were more concerned about how something looks. They probably didn't even do the research to see if that was a healthy thing or not. And why do you think? I mean, let's get a clue. Is it a possibility? Just think for a minute. Is it possible? Is it possible at all that this is a contributing factor to breast cancer? I don't know, but have they done any studies on it? I don't know. And I'm not saying that it's like I'm not saying that this is the cause or anything like that. I'm just saying, could it be a contributing factor to women's health? The decline of women's health in that part of the body. I would have to say yes. I think it does. I think it does contribute to ill health. All because somebody looked at the woman's body and decided, we need to make those look perkier. They're much more beautiful when they're not sagging, and when they're not, we need to hold them up and make them stand out more, and then we need to, and then but at some point there was this feeling of nipples are too sexy, or I don't know what the deal was, but somewhere in there somebody said, no, we need to cover those things up because they're too sexy. And so then I don't know. The bra, let me just tell you, aside from like a corset, because I think they had corsets before they had bras. That was a horrible, stupid invention, if you ask me. That did not help women's health. Did not at all. I've seen what wearing a corset did to these women over time, especially when they started wearing them at a younger age, still sort of in their teen years, they would wear these corsets, and then their rib cage, your natural rib cage has its shape that it's supposed to be. Well, their lower rib cage, they started doing this narrowing down where, it's not big rib cages anymore, with lots of room to breathe. Your lungs need space, right, to breathe. Well, those corsets caused the body to grow distorted. The bones, they grew in a way where they're narrow down here and more full up here. Anyway, just so you have those stupid tiny waists and the nice pushed up boobs, and and then how they like tie in the back and you just pull them so tight. And then women, did you guys see Pirates of the Caribbean? Okay, Liz in that movie, how she passed out. Yeah, in the corset. She hadn't worn one before. There's plenty of other movies and pictures in history where you can see women wearing those stupid corsets. And why do you think they had fainting chairs? They had them because the woman would go up the stairs, and then by the time she's up the stairs, she can't breathe because she literally can't breathe because she's in these stupid constricting contraptions that somebody thought was a good idea based on fashion, or I just want to see a woman the way I want to see her. You know, I don't know who thought up all that stuff, and I'm not going to do the research on it. But whoever it was very closed-minded and not thinking about the health of the woman, okay, of the girl or the woman. And how many other things are like that? So I have this inclination right now to say sorry for putting this out there. Sorry for, you know, bringing this up and talking about this, and it feels like sort of a little bit more on the negative side, you know, a video more on the negative side. And I have this inclination to apologize for that. And I'm like, where the heck is that coming from? Why am I apologizing? Why do I feel the need to apologize for something where I'm just bringing to light, and I'm trying to process this, I'm hoping for the last time, to like really rid myself of this energy, this stuff that's been stuck in me, this frustration that's been stuck in me for so long, you know. And yeah, why am I apologizing for that? And this is my channel, and if nobody wants to listen to this, they don't have to, you know. They can just turn me off, turn it off, don't listen to me if you don't like what you're hearing. And I don't think that all of my videos will be like this. I think this is somewhat rare. I don't know, at least that's what I think. But as I move through things in my life that feel very like I'm moving away from these things because I'm freeing myself. I am freeing myself from all kinds of bondages that I've been in throughout my life. And I'm a bird in the cage that wants out, does not want to be in the cage anymore. In all aspects, I don't want to feel caged. I want to fly. And I don't want to fly with clipped wings either. I want to fly to my highest potential. And if my nipples are showing as I do it, too dang bad. If you don't like it, close your eyes or look the other way. Or maybe examine your programming and see, why is it that it bothers you so much? Is there something in your programming causing that viewpoint and causing that kind of reaction in you, which if you examine, you will find that it's so ridiculous. It is so ridiculous that we even have these stupid paradigms. Okay? So ridiculous. Completely dumb programming. And we have been dumbed our whole lives. We have been dumb programmed our whole lives. And we need to wake up and get smart. You know, like, yeah. Okay. Anyway, I'm hoping this is the last of this. I'm hoping that this yeah. All right, well, I'm gonna finish my watermelon, and I honestly think I'm just gonna take those little bra inserts that I talked about. I think I'm just gonna throw them away today and just be done with it. because that was like the remnants of my bra wearing. And I think I'm done. I think I am completely done. And I don't even want those around now. I think I'm done with that. Yeah. We're gonna see my fireworks, my biological fireworks. They're gonna shoot, you know, like my nipple fireworks. Boop, 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 boop. They're gonna pop out everywhere. Everywhere you see me, they're gonna just pop out of my clothing. Oh well. That's my celebration. Let my nipples be free. All right. Bye.